Okay, I've got a different one for you, and I think that you dealt with this a little bit inside the SEC when you were thinking about the take private issue with Elon Musk a couple of years ago, which is the credibility of the courts and I think in certain cases the credibility of the SEC, which is to say, if you were a judge who was inclined to say, I'm going to force you, I'm going to say there's a specific performance requirement, you have to buy this company, there's a question mark about whether actually the Delaware court can actually even do that, or not whether they can do it, but how and whether they can enforce it. And if they couldn't enforce it, meaning if Elon Musk were to snub his nose and say, OK, I'm not doing that. I know you say I'm supposed to do that, but I'm not going to do that. What they could actually do to enforce it, and if they couldn't enforce it, what that would do to the entire political sort of construct that is the Delaware court.
Well, this is where I started, Andrew. And the Delaware courts are concerned not just about this case. And let's note that there's a lot of emotion around this case. But they're very concerned about the longevity, predictability of Delaware as the venue to resolve judicial disputes. So you're right to focus on that. And as the facts play out, the Delaware courts are going to draw on their precedent. And they're going to see, let's go to the one end of the spectrum. Mr. Musk's claims have no merit. They're going to order a specific performance. And you're saying, well, what happens then? Well, when you order specific performance, that's an order of the court. Courts have various powers to enforce their orders over time, whether it's contempt and the like. These things will play out. At the other end of the spectrum, if the claims have merit, we will see. One of the things that could happen here is that as the facts develop, right now a very wide bid-ask spread, and a spread that shows the dangers of merger arbitrage and the like, starts to narrow and the parties reach a settlement. We will see how this plays out.
Is that your best guess of where this lands?
It's really, I hate to tell you this, Andrew, it's such wide, it's too early to tell because that factual record around Mr. Musk's claims, people are looking at it. What I would say is you're getting a wide variety of opinions across the spectrum. They seem to be tilting toward, questionable merit, but we'll see as this develops.
I got to ask you about this. So Elon, I don't know if you saw this, two things, and I don't know who his lawyers are who are telling him he can do this. He's tweeting, obviously, last night. First, he's got a picture of a chessboard, and then he says, checkmate. And then he does a meme. This is him laughing. I wish we could get this up on the screen. We probably don't have it. Where he says, where it's four pictures of him next to, they said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. Now they have to disclose bot info in court. Yeah. Does a judge look at that and say, what does a judge look at that and say? Because effectively he's now saying, I want to use the court for a discovery process. That's basically what this seems to be suggesting. And I think some judges may actually look askance at that.
Look, if it's judges are very good at discerning what people are using the powers of the court for. But you bring up one of the constituencies that we've talked about in the past, which is the regulators. And we're talking about a big bid-ask spread here. And the thirst of the market for additional new information that may indicate where this is headed. We have rules around communications with the market in times like this. And I think you're going to see some regulatory scrutiny here around that type of communication.
Okay, final question, Jay.
You need to have fair dissemination of information like this. Fair,
okay, so who do you want
material and misleading.
You're an independent operator at this point. Who would you prefer to be? Skadden Arps representing Elon, or do you prefer to be Wachtell representing Twitter?
Look, I'm not going to pick one over the other. I have friends, colleagues at the bar at both places. What I will tell you is there's going to be no doubt with the players involved, as I've seen them, that this is going to be an incredibly well-briefed exercise. There is no doubt that what I will say is the legal talent on both sides is the best money can buy.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.